We're back with another episode. I know we missed last week, but it was for a very good reason.
What's that?
I got married to this
Mrs.
woman.
Sciarrino.
So we had a week off because of our wedding, and it was perfect, and I planned the whole thing.
I was invited to your wedding, I think
That's
was
right.
what Anna's speech
I think
said.
that's what your maid of honor said, was that you were,
Welcome to Daniel's wedding featuring Jackie.
Yep.
Sounds about right.
So
You were so surprised when you walked in to see how everything turned out.
it was perfect.
I was, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it really was. The hotel did amazing. The Marriott Marquis.
Mm-hmm.
The
Rehearsal dinner.
rehearsal dinner at Bologna did
It's perfect.
unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
And
I have to write thank you notes still to everybody.
Yep. And then the reception, the Bridgeport Art Center was
Mm-hmm.
good, and all our vendors were smooth, and they...
Other than our cake. But they're making it right.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the
You
video.
should tell them about what happened.
We cut in, so am I supposed to look at this video?
No, you're talking to me.
Oh, I don't know, because you were looking, saying, this is my first time ever being on a pod, excuse me. Very impressed by the setup here. We cut into the cake for our cake cutting, and we both looked at each other and we said, that's wrong.
Yeah.
We ordered, I will not, there's going to be a lot of viewers. I will not name names. I don't want to have anybody coming after this very nice company, especially since they have made it right. But we ordered a chocolate cake with chocolate ganache and chocolate buttercream with strawberry jam, and we got a basic ass vanilla cake with like buttercream and strawberry. So they got the strawberry right. And when I emailed them the weekend after, she literally said the kitchen did not get the memo. They gave you a random cake.
Why wouldn't they reach out to us?
I guess like the notes from my email thread like just didn't get to them. They got the notes on the cupcakes of what we chose, but they literally just gave us, they thought that we didn't specify. The kitchen thought that we didn't specify the cake that we wanted. So they just gave us a cake. So we actually luckily got strawberry jam in our cake. It wasn't meant to be.
Oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
And we talked to the lady, for all of you who are going to be planning a wedding. Apparently, when you talk to the cake people, be very, very specific and follow up, I guess, a couple weeks before.
No, we were specific.
Well, it was. It was in the email you read.
Yep, we got receipts.
But
They made it right. We're going to get a fresh cake on our, fresh correct cake on our anniversary. We are able to stop by and get cupcakes whenever we want on the house.
how many?
So she started with 6, but I think because I was not an ass and because I was so nice, she said, make it 12, like 2 emails later.
So we can go get 12 cupcakes on the house? How do we do
Yes.
that? Do they have to give us a card?
No, she literally said, show them this email and say that so-and-so sent you.
Oh.
So we get 12, so I say we get 6 and 6, and let's ration our...
We should bring 6 home for Christmas.
Yeah, since we didn't get any.
I know.
Maybe we just bring 12 home. Maybe we just bring all 12 home for the Christmas holiday.
Maybe 6 for us, and then 6 during the holiday.
Yeah, but those are all going to go. Multiple people said that they ate multiple cupcakes.
I know.
We didn't even get
Brad, who's in my wedding party, he'll be on the podcast probably next week. He ate 3 of them.
I think Anna said she ate 3.
And then
And they were
think
not like
Lisa
bite-sized
or somebody
cupcakes. They
ate-
were center-filled, massive cupcakes. Yeah, no.
Because they're
bomb.
amazing cupcakes.
Yeah, they're amazing.
So, but that was probably the only
This is the only thing.
hiccup.
Mm-hmm.
But it was kind of
Everything
funny. I mean, as soon as we cut into it, we both looked at each other.
I can't wait for the audio
And
or the
we're-
video where we go, that's wrong.
And then I think I said, well,
that's
can't
it.
do anything about it. We got to go with it now.
I mean, it was good. It was just basic.
Yeah.
It was just like a...
Was the bottom real?
No, the bottom 2 tiers were fake. Only the top
No,
one.
I know, but apparently they didn't know what cake we had anyway, so...
I don't know. Also, our coordinator told us to start cutting into the bottom where we're like, that's fake.
Yeah.
We probably shouldn't.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, that was funny.
What was your favorite part of the day?
Honestly, I thought the ceremony was great. Mm-hmm. Waiting all morning was just like eager and just kind of waiting and waiting. Come on, let's do this. And then once the ceremony started, it was like, oh, this is great. Mm-hmm. And then probably Father Jeff, unbelievable.
I saw the letter he wrote us. Or the card. It was so
card.
Sweet.
The priest we had that married us has his own.
He left the church.
He left the church
because he doesn't agree with the church, but he still
with a few things with the church.
Yeah.
But once a priest, always a priest.
Yeah. So he's founded this organization of basically Catholicism outside of the church.
Yeah.
That is all, I believe, priests like him.
Yeah.
There's
like, I think, a handful. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a group of them who have left the church but still believe in the practice and still I don't want to say within reason, like we technically weren't married. We technically didn't get a sacrament, but basically it was the closest that we could get.
Yeah, to a mass type of thing. And his speech and his homily, I guess, essentially.
Sermon. We disagree on this.
It's the homily. And
call it what it is.
His
spiel
was unbelievable. Mm-hmm. I mean, I forgot we wrote those things.
It didn't dawn on me until halfway through, because at first I just thought he was really good at what he was saying, and I'm like, wait, he got this from somewhere. He's talking about what I think about Daniel and what Daniel thinks about me.
Yeah.
We haven't talked in a long time, so how did he get all this? And I was like, oh, we wrote emails a long time ago.
Yeah, we got him in early, and I forgot, and when he started saying it...
I couldn't tell you what was in that email.
I caught it like a minute in, I was like, oh my god, we wrote those things.
Oh, I caught it way later.
Yeah?
Way later!
Oh my god.
I was like, oh, this is... Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but he was good, and everybody after came up to us saying how good he was, and how...
Everybody... I don't know, it's so weird. We've gotten so... The comments that we've gotten about our wedding, I thought were standard. Like, I thought it was how every wedding was supposed to be when it came to how beautiful the ceremony was and the love between the two people. And I think the energy, I think I didn't realize it until... we started hearing it about our wedding, that I guess it did feel different. I guess it was different than any wedding that I had been to before, notwithstanding that it was ours, obviously, so it's even more special. But yeah, I guess I could say that it did have a different feel to it. It felt way more intimate.
Yeah, it had
even though it had 120 people, like it still felt very intimate.
Mm-hmm. Felt very family-like with everybody. Mm-hmm. And yeah, everyone kept coming up to us saying like it's unbelievable. And even after, I had a few people saying how like happy the energy was from everybody.
Yeah, I will say the one thing that I think in the moment we both felt was very weird was that people kept letting us dance alone. Like,
yeah, in the middle of everybody.
Constantly the center of the party, which I, in the moment, was like, for the love of God, can people please come dance with us? Can
Yeah.
I've got him forever. Like, I really don't need this to be about us. But in hindsight, I actually think that people were doing that intentionally. Like, they wanted us to have our moment, and they wanted almost to watch. Yeah. Like, it was, I don't know, it was bizarre. In the moment, I was like, can you guys please dance with us? Please, I don't need to just dance with him.
Well, they kept just spacing out a little bit.
Yeah, I've never seen that at a wedding. Like, every once in a while, it'll happen where they have a moment. But man, we had to drag people to dance with us. People very much so wanted us to have our moment the whole night.
I know. It was fun though. There was great music. 90s and 2000s. It was perfect. There was very few moments that I was separated from you. There was a couple where you were taking pictures in the photo booth.
And you were with the guys.
And I was with the guys talking.
Somebody
at the bar.
commented on, isn't Daniel supposed to be shy? Because he's a social butterfly tonight.
I don't know. It was just everybody it was everybody I knew finally.
You've also come out of your shell, though.
Yeah.
Like, 2.5 years ago, Daniel would have been panicking about a social situation like that.
Yeah.
With that amount of people, not only with that amount of people, but it being about you. Even when you think about like your 30th birthday party last year, that it was a much smaller event. Granted, it was a surprise, but it was about you. You were panicking because it was about you.
Yeah.
And so you've grown so much.
I have a ton. That was best day ever. I mean, that was the time of our lives.
Is it weird that I don't have the wedding blues?
I don't either. I think it was...
Everybody talks about them, about how you get so sad after your wedding because you don't have something to look forward to. And I feel at peace. I mean, I'm still tired because I was traveling this week.
Well, you were traveling, but
I
don't feel it either. And I felt... Everyone talked about how fast it goes by. You plan for a year, and then it goes by in a weekend.
I thought the weekend was fast. I thought the weekend as a whole was fast, but I did not think wedding day was fast.
I didn't think any of it was fast, and I think it was because... I obviously... Yes, it's a short weekend compared to a whole year of planning, but Are you good?
It's on the wrong pipe. I'm good.
Okay.
My Stanley did me dirty.
But yeah, like I was saying, it's a short weekend and a whole year of planning, but each day I felt more and more, I felt present in everything we were doing, and it didn't feel like it was like, oh, night's over.
No, I really
loved. It was just kind of, I'm enjoying each phase, whether it was getting ready, getting down to the venue, taking some pictures, the ceremony, day before at the pizza party, like everything was just...
I loved it. I totally loved how it was like casual welcome dinner in our hotel room, elevated rehearsal dinner, then the wedding, then the after party that was very low key. Like I really liked all of it. Really liked all of it. It
was I knew we would only be there for a short time, being that you were up early, but it was a quick little after party, and then...
I wonder how long people were there. I feel like a while. Probably till 1 or 2.
Maybe.
Well, when did we leave? 12:30? 12:45?
We left about 12:45, because
okay,
I think we got there at about 12:15.
So I bet...
We were there for about half hour, maybe
2.
A little longer.
People were there till 2 or 3.
Yeah. My parents went out with my aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
After Apollonia for, I think it wasn't too long though.
Yeah.
But everybody was just...
They've been partying.
Everybody was excited and happy, and we have pictures of the photo booth, and people just look...
Had the most fun.
Genuine and happy, and...
I have to go through the whole posting them on Facebook ordeal.
My favorite one is...
Your favorite what?
Photo booth picture is of my college roommate, Greg, just standing there with a sign that says, I'm single. And then I found another one.
There's a second one still, or like again, or something.
It says like, ladies, or I'm still single or something, and somebody was holding the sign in as he was still standing there. Oh, because when I scrolled through him, I was like, that's classic. And he texted us after, and he's... Yeah,
my favorite was honestly probably the boomerang of your parents. That it was just... And there were 2 boomerangs, and I just loved one that they figured it out.
Yeah.
And
They did.
They were just having
Nice job,
the
Mom and Dad.
best time.
They'll probably watch, so.
It was my favorite. Favorite was the boomerangs, and the same with Aunt Diane and Uncle Bill.
I don't remember theirs.
Theirs was also good.
Is it a boomerang?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't even see it.
They have a boomerang too. It's so good.
Oh, I'll
Yeah.
have to watch that. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They're the for those who don't know, they are my aunt and uncle that got me into golf, along with Shane LeBaron, who's my mentor, director of instruction at Cherry Hills. I don't know if I've even brought that up on here, but my aunt and uncle, I was out on vacation in Hilton Head, the Hilton Head area at Belfair, and my uncle asked me if I just wanted to take a golf lesson.
How old were you?
I was going into 9th grade. And...
It's 14.
I think I was about to be 14. And Brad was on the golf team at 8th grade, and I think he said to me in class one day, you should just come out and do it. And so I think over the summer when he said that, come take a golf lesson, or do you want to take a golf lesson? I said, sure. Had that golf lesson, had a blast, got some clubs, played on the team, went back the following year. Shane said I had improved so much. My uncle got real excited that I was getting into it. Decided at dinner to buy me all new clubs, and I could pay him back half. And from there, it was on.
Mm-hmm.
And Shane was in my wedding, so that was very meaningful.
Lots of golf jokes were in your wedding too.
Lots of golf jokes. Didn't expect anything different.
I think I'm your hole in one.
Yeah,
I cried.
Yeah, you cried the whole time. A lot of parts.
Yeah.
I got choked up. I cried.
Sobbed at Anna's.
Yeah, you guys were. I was just smiling and laughing and enjoying that one. And then
while I'm sobbing, grabbing your leg.
Yeah. That was. I lost it when.
I walked down the aisle.
You walked down the aisle. It was actually right at the tail end of.
The Flower Girls or Anna or the tail end of the Bridesmaids.
No, it was. Yeah, but it was like a quick little thing. I was like, ooh, I quivered a little. Then the kids came down and it made me smile and laugh.
I can't wait to see.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see any of it.
And then once I stood back on the altar and turned, you weren't out yet. But when he said, "Everybody, please stand," that's when I started to quiver, and then I couldn't really see you coming down, but I could see you right when you got into the middle.
Also, you were so far away, I could not tell that you were crying.
Oh, yeah. And then the girls said, "Look at Daniel." And I was kind of quivering, and I was...
Yeah, I couldn't tell you. I know that the first couple of looks, I caught glimpses with a couple of people. And then probably I got through 25% of the aisle, and then I just... straight to you, did not look at anything else.
Did you see me tearing up?
I was too far. I couldn't.
No, even when I was getting you.
I could see the eyes, the glossy
over.
eyes, yeah, but that was really it.
When I was doing my vows, which we wrote ourselves.
Both of us did not make it.
I mean, I wasn't letting them out like you were, but I was definitely, or I shouldn't say letting them out. I couldn't talk.
Neither of us could.
If I was to speak, it wouldn't have come out coherent.
Yeah, I can't. In the moment, the pauses felt like eternity of trying to get your shit together. Mm-hmm. And so I can't wait to watch it back and see how long the pauses actually were. Because there was one pause that I had that I was like, you need to speak. You need to try. Even if you
me?
just
or
know
you?
me.
Oh, yeah.
There was one pause that I remember was extra long. Because I just could not get it together.
I paused twice but it was one pause, but I went to go speak again and couldn't, and then paused again.
At one point, I remember saying, I promise I'm almost done.
Yeah, you looked at
I was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Or everybody like, I'm sorry, I promise I'm almost done.
I wonder how they're gonna edit our video. We said that we could use our vows in the background, but how are they gonna edit it when there's so many pauses and this and that?
It'll be perfect.
I'm sure they'll smooth it.
Plus, they said they wanted to use the song we commissioned.
I actually thought would have been a good idea. Did you send them the link?
I'm assuming Lauren did.
I thought it would have been a great idea to put the real version of Over and Over Again softly in the background, but I like the commissioned stuff.
And the rest is history.
Yeah. So we're married.
We leave on our honeymoon next week.
Can't wait. Jamaica. If anyone has any Jamaica stories or things to do or restaurants to see or anything, just write them in the comments because we're going to be there for 10 days. So we want to do a few things, and we said we weren't going to choose anything really until
We got there.
We have our own private pool, so we'll probably have a pool day. We'll have some beach day in the cabana. We get a massage because it's included. We get a private dinner on the beach. That's included.
I was just looking at the schedule of events because that you can already see the back end of next week.
The events at the resort?
There's a silent disco that I really want to do.
A silent disco?
Yeah, it's where
you put the headphones on. Oh my god! It just seems so weird when you're looking at people and you don't hear any music and they're dancing.
It does, but it's gonna be so fun. You are definitely gonna have to have a couple of cocktails before you do it.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that I would like to do differently than when we did in Cabo was we didn't go out much. Like we very much so.
Oh, at night.
At night we did dinner. We would always go out for dinner, and then we would.
Got too much sun and drinks.
Whatever. But I would like to go out more. I think I would really like to, even if it's a nightcap, just to have a cocktail or go to a show and it sucks and we leave, or I would love to do the cigar lounge.
They have one?
They do.
Oh yeah.
I would love to do those types of things the majority of the nights. I think perfectly would be let's just rest during the day and just enjoy and
do we got 10 days. If we do 3 activities, which would be
I think 2 or 3
waterfall, snorkeling, and maybe the zip line or ATV thing.
I want to definitely do an adventure one.
Yeah, that'll have all of it in there. So, that's coming up. Leaving on Thursday, and 10 days of relaxation. The season here wraps up last day of the month, and then I start teaching inside when we get back. We're actually in the room I teach in, and then my head pro in the shop, we start to put up a cage and he teaches out there. And I start November 14th, but I reduced to 3 days a week instead of 6, and
Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Saturdays.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, and it's plenty to get all my clients in, and if I ever need an extra day, I can always do it.
I think the hope is to have
some
3 fuller days.
3 fuller days, and then
instead of like 4
and then being
half
able
days.
to rest and relax and get ready for the following season where we go 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hour days, and I don't see you much.
Good transition.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to have you talk about, was what it's like dating and now being married to a golf pro, and this not a touring pro but a club professional, where the work-life balance it's crazy.
There is a work-life balance.
Yeah.
In season there is no balance. It is all work, very little personal time.
Yeah. We got try and carve it out.
Yeah, I think this year was especially hard because of the wedding, where we didn't have much of the personal time because all the time that was spent you not working was planning or going to do things for the wedding. It was all very wedding focused. So we barely had date nights. I think the majority was if we had weddings or outings with friends or family, that was basically it. I remember our anniversary was the first date night that we had in months.
Yeah.
Months.
Yeah. I mean, so this year was an anomaly. I mean, it was different because of the wedding. You've spent with me
Technically 3 seasons, but the first
2.5
one we were dating.
seasons. Yeah.
So the first one I only saw
It was like
I saw some.
July through the end.
You also were in your dorm room versus
Yeah, I lived at the club here.
versus the past 2 seasons we lived together.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to share if any other pros are watching. We had to find ways to see each other and hang out with each other that were a little unconventional in the sense of literally just using paper plates and stuff during the season so that we didn't waste time
life easier.
So we didn't have to waste time doing dishes. We could actually spend time seeing each other, or managing my schedule days where if I'm in early, I'm out early. If I'm in late, I'm out late, and little nuggets like that help get through it. And then on my side, planning the season so we know where things are happening.
Yeah, we already knew the entire we also had so many things going on that I think your time off was planned because you had your bachelor party, your wedding stuff, other people's weddings, other people's bachelor parties. We had
wedding shower.
Trips, yeah. So I think you already had your entire season planned.
Yeah.
And then if things came up with friends or family as it went, then you would see if you could fit it in. So you always come late to things. I think that's one of the biggest things is in season is we never go to things together.
I come later.
You always come late. But I would say you came to the majority of things just late this year. I would say last year you didn't. Last year I think you actually came to less. This year you came to more. You just said, okay, I'll just come late.
I'll just come late, and it's on my end. It's tough because
you're tired.
Let's say you're 7, 8, 9 weeks in of 6 days, 1 off, and then you get to like a Saturday, and on that 9th week, it's your 5th day or 6th day working, and the last thing mentally the last thing in your head is, oh yeah, I want to stay up till
I think it's probably the bedtime issue. It's
midnight or 11, and then to have to go get up on Sunday and work again, because you're not going to take Sunday off like other people can, and they can drink or they can hang out late, or
Yeah.
So it's mentally it's fine to be up till 11 and then go to bed, but you got to get yourself there.
Yeah. I will say your brain left early this season.
I was the busiest I've ever been.
Yeah, your brain left, I think, between your schedule and the wedding. Yeah, last year it took me, I think you had August, to remind, it was like August, and I think you also had to remind me. It didn't click to me that that's what was happening because I was still new to it, that your brain leaves at some point when it comes to, honestly, you just forget a lot of things. You forget everything. And it happened early this season. I remember very specifically I was in the kitchen, and it was
June.
I think it was June.
It was late June, early July. It was right around July 4th.
I remember we were in the kitchen, and I remember saying, like, we've had this conversation before. Why are you making me feel crazy, pretend like we haven't talked about this? And I remember I reached into the cabinet and I said, oh, it's the season. It's hitting him early. It's because of the wedding and how busy it is. Oh, that's why he doesn't remember.
Yeah.
It's not because he wasn't listening. It's because he just sometimes doesn't register it at a certain point.
Yeah, either the mind's tired or the mind's focused on other things, and which is why another trick was syncing up schedules on one calendar on our phone, and then having the widget right on the front. So as soon as
That made you feel better, so you knew what was coming.
yeah, I mean, like something as simple as a haircut for you or haircut for the dog or something. I flip through the week and go, oh, okay, that's happening, even though you probably said it or maybe you didn't on one of them. At least it's there. And
Yeah, I think our calendar is how we communicated
yeah,
what was going on.
yeah, it got us. It helps majority of the season. It helps the majority of.
I think in life, it's now a process. It's we talk about something and we say, is it on the calendar?
Yeah.
We don't function without our calendar.
And I found over, obviously, my career, I said it even in my vows, I was so work focused that it's really nice that in the off season I work 3 days, even if they're full long days even if they're 8 o'clock in the morning till 8 o'clock at night, I get to pour it into you, us, hopefully kids one day, and have that balance, because in the season I pour it into the season, and because I love what I do. I love my job, I love teaching, I love playing, I love the golf business. What's the hardest part for you?
Having to do everything for the entire season.
True.
Having to run the household
Yeah.
and be a partner and work a full-time job and be on the board. Like I am.
Well, that also put put a asterisk next to this year, because you got a higher position in your job.
Yep.
So more hours and more seniority and all that stuff. And then you did join One Tail at a Time board.
And I was planning a wedding and you were in season.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be a breeze next year.
I hope so.
Well, I'm going to actually be able to play in some more tournaments, because I won't feel like, oh, in 2 weeks I'm going to be off for a few more days, I should get rest or this or that. And we'll be able to play some more golf
Can't wait, yeah.
at,
Anywhere, to be honest.
anywhere here. But it's nice when you come up in the evening and we play after I'm done teaching. And,
Sunday evenings.
any other tips and tricks and anything for getting through the year? You've gotten a lot of help, though, from
Your head pro's
my
wife.
head pro's wife, who's even told you stuff about what to do when we have kids.
Yeah, I think the biggest piece of advice that she gave me, which was more about kids, but is relevant in general, is to not let your career stop me from doing things. And as harsh as that can sound,
It's the truth.
you decided to do your career and you decided to have the schedule that you do based on the career that you chose, and that means that you can't do certain things. You can't travel, you can't go to events, and that shouldn't mean that if I want to do things that I just shouldn't do them because you aren't. I chose to be with you. I didn't choose to be in the golf business. And so I think that's the biggest takeaway that she said it took her a couple of years to have that realization, and I'm going into it with that realization. I feel like
To get up and go see the grandparents one day, even though I might be here.
That's okay.
Yeah.
You can always join later.
I'll join later.
You can always join a different time.
Yep.
Probably the biggest.
It'll be interesting to see one day when we do have kids how I manage my schedule.
We'll see. We don't know until we get there.
It'll be all trial and error. But it's funny. Whenever we talk about this, I think back to our very first date when you asked me something about my schedule, about being busy. And I was like, yeah, here, take a look. And I showed you my calendar, and you're just like, what? And I was like, yeah, doing that all day, and you just see all the days
Blocks.
lined up.
Yeah.
And that is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and I've gotten a lot of advice from a lot of different people, and it all came back down to forming what's right for us.
Mm-hmm.
Because other people in the golf business either don't have kids, or one doesn't have a job, or one both do, or both are remote, or whatever.
Yeah, there's a very real possibility that we're gonna be two working parents with kids,
So it's
and we will figure it out
yeah, it's
when we
gonna
get
be
there.
tailored to us.
Mm-hmm.
You started playing golf.
Before you, technically.
Yeah,
I did get my first lesson before you.
You wanted to dab. I wouldn't call it a lesson.
I did get a lesson from Daddy Bruce.
Yeah.
I sure did.
That was, for everybody who's played golf for a long time, that was a friend's dad giving her help on the range.
It was a full lesson. He spent no time with Ashley, all his time on me. It was a full lesson. I give kudos my first lesson to Daddy Bruce.
Yes. And he's
and I did not make contact.
He's one of the best guys. He's great.
Yeah. He's phenomenal.
He's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was before what? That was February 2021. So that was a couple of months. 2020.
It was
couple of months before.
2 months before we.
And that's because Ash had gotten into golf.
Right.
And really she got into it because of her dad. They were doing it a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
And she was having a lot of fun. I said, okay, let me try.
Hulk smash, as you said.
Yeah, try. And then it didn't really go anywhere from there because I didn't have anyone else to go with. I didn't have clubs. I didn't. Ash is the only friend that played golf.
Yeah.
And then I met you, and I remember I specifically asked, do you care that I'm not a golfer? Like, is this a turn off? And you said, no, you've never cared.
No, I never thought I would end up with anybody who played golf. Mm-hmm. And not that I was trying to, but it was kind of just nice to not have golf as the conversation after I leave the golf, or golf as our only activity that we would go do. Mm-hmm. Like, it was nice, selfishly, it was nice to have,
separation
and other interests and other things. So
I think it's become more of a shared interest. I think now the biggest thing that's blocking that shared interest is that I don't have time to practice.
Yeah.
And golf, you need to practice. I got to a point where I am good enough to make contact. I'm good enough to
you get the ball
play.
airborne.
I can play, but I am still in a place where, because I don't practice, I don't make much progress, and I get frustrated.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
Part of that is
as me as a person.
Is you as a person.
Yeah. I'm good at everything.
But yeah, that's where it starts, and that we'll see where it goes. I mean, you usually play about 3 to 4 holes, and then you'll say, okay, that's it. I don't want to get frustrated, so you just continue on and keep playing. And
yeah, I'm capable of having bad holes and not letting it get to me. But if I am on a streak of, wow, I didn't crush it, then I start getting demotivated, and I don't want to lose the fun.
Yeah.
I'm okay to get frustrated. I'm okay to say, yikes, that was pretty bad. And it doesn't bother me. But if I start feeling that and I don't have a redeeming moment, then I'm like, okay, I'm just going to let it be.
We got to keep finding the ways that you're going to
practice.
Practice, but we've got to find ways for you to keep getting over that hump of, bad hole, bad hole, bad hole. Okay, I'm done. Versus let's keep going. Let's maybe get you to 6 holes, 7 holes.
I'm down to just play 18 if that's what it's gonna take.
No. 9. You play 9 first.
Okay.
You want to be out there for 4 hours?
Sure.
4.5 hours.
Can I have a beverageino?
You can have a lot of beveraginos.
Okay, then 18, easy. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah. Well, we'll do it. We'll keep going.
Look, as long as you're okay with me bringing a cooler, I know that's not very, like...
Yeah, we'll go to other courses and we'll...
I can't do it here?
No. But we're not going to... You technically can't bring alcohol to other courses. You have to get it there.
I mean, can I technically bring my 40-ounce Stanley and nobody checks what's in it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, people do.
I'm aware.
It's just funny.
Frowned upon?
It's just frowned upon, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe we'll get you next year to play all 9 holes.
I'm ready to play 18. Let's just go big.
Go into the deep end right away.
I would rather go into the deep end. I'd rather say, all right,
Go big or
babe,
go home.
grab a 12-pack. Let's go. We're playing 18 today. And I'd say, okay, let's go.
We need to have friends there also.
Okay. We got friends
I know.
who would also bring 12 packs. We'd be, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. It'd have to be a Monday, probably.
Yeah. Oh, it would have to be a Monday
That's
because
okay.
I work every other day.
And also, it would take so long for me to get through.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. As long as y'all are down for the ride. And I don't want some, like, scramble bullshit. I just want to play through and see what happens.
Okay.
I just want to go.
Sounds good. Well, this winter, you've got to come in here because,
Yeah.
especially with the new setup with the projector and everything, you should practice.
I really wish we could bring
And-
Cooper. I wish that we could, like, I could work from here on a remote day
I know.
and bring Cooper.
It would be.
But we could do, like, we could here and there have a day where we leave Cooper at home and just have the dog walker stop
Yeah.
by and
Maybe
I'm
on a
here.
day, like on a day that I'm not teaching, we can come up and hang out a few hours and just hit and practice and put music on and hit in the screen. And I'm excited. It's going to be a big benefit to have the projector. It'll feel a little better when you're practicing.
More elevated.
Yeah, it'll be good. And I'm gonna grind this winter on a few things myself so that I can play better in tournaments and keep going. Want to add that to that's a big goal of mine, is to add some good finishes in tournaments from my career. Got a lot of good friends who play in some good events, and I want to keep getting back into them. I played in 3 this year.
What's your goal for next year?
5.
Schedule them out.
There's going to be probably the Pro. I probably will do the Pro, which is the first event of the year. It's a scramble. Probably do the Pro. I'm going to try and do the Pro match play, which is the season-long one. Pro scratch, and maybe 1 or 2 individual ones.
You should.
Maybe the section event or the section championship, and maybe one other. It just depends. I got to manage my schedule
Just
because
schedule
I
it.
want to. Because if Mondays are technically the off day, but that's tournament day, and then you just go zipping right through. So maybe I'll lighten my load on a Tuesday after a tournament.
Or just late start.
Or a late start.
Yeah, just late start. Start at 10.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
So.
You can have Wednesdays and Thursdays be your early days and just start Tuesdays at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Especially early in the summer, or early in the season. It's going to be
Yeah,
lighter
as
later.
As soon as the calendar comes out for our tournaments, I will get them scheduled because I think they come out in January or February around our meetings. So we'll have a good season next year. But thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Billy. I forgot to even mention Billy isn't here because he is down in Savannah. I think we talked about that the first episode, but he didn't zoom in because he is just slammed down at Ford and having a good time. And so we'll probably see him next week or the week after. He's still getting acclimated to everything and he's having a good time. He's teaching a lot. He was sending me some students already. So
Pretty cool.
yeah. So thank you for filling in.
How did I do? Billy, how did I do?
I thought we did pretty good, especially it was the Newlywed episode. That'll be the name.
The Newlywed episode. I like
So.
it. I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Thank you.